Monique and Jocelyne Lamoureux are gold-winning Olympians who have broken barriers in the sports world. Through athleticism on the ice, they demonstrate there is no limit for young women in hockey. Now they're detailing their rise to the top and their fight for equity in their new book, Dare to Make History. And Monique and Jocelyne are here with me now. It's lovely to have you both here. So a book, why was this something that you all wanted to do, and why was now the right time?
Well, we actually had never really thought about writing a book until a couple people had told us that we should really think about writing a book and thought our story was very compelling. And so to think that we started almost 2 years ago with a blank page and being first-time authors to now having a full-blown hardcover book it's been a pretty amazing process to go through. But we believe that our story is compelling, but not just in the sports context, just when you take into our entire story and what we're doing outside of hockey. We think there's more to it than just it being a sports book.
You guys decided to write this in a really unique format. You kind of go back and forth between your different voices. Why did you all choose to do that?
Yeah, that was probably the biggest challenge, was how we were going to use our voices together in a way that was fluid and not super choppy. And so once we figured out how we were going to do that, I think the rest of it kind of came easier, because there's certain story. I think the big challenge we found was when we were recalling memories from growing up. Sometimes I would think like I was a certain part of the story and she would think the same thing. And so figuring out specific details was comical at some points. But once we figured out how we wanted it to flow and not rotating back too much back and forth between our voices, but there had to be some interchanging, because it's been the two of us our entire lives. There's so much interchangeability with our stories and our lives and how much it's intertwined, that we felt it had to be back and forth in our voices. And then at the very end, it's I think it's more of a we with the finish.
In addition to having this book, you've made a really big decision in your lives and you have an announcement to make. Can you share that with us?
Yeah, so earlier in February, we announced that we were retiring from the sport of hockey. And even though it's a difficult decision, we just felt like it was the right time in our lives. We both have children, and that changes your perspective on everything. And I think we're just kind of at the same point in our lives with our families, and really, where do we want to prioritize our time, and what is most important to us. So it was a pretty easy, not an easy decision, but it was never really a question of if we were both ready or if it was one over the other. I think we came to it pretty succinctly and together. Yeah, and COVID has been a challenging time for everyone. And as an athlete, it's been challenging from a training standpoint, and getting competitive games in. And so that had a little bit of an effect on our decision, but it's been a time where I think a lot of people have had to reflect on how they want to spend their time moving forward once life goes back to normal.
And so with hockey taking up so much of your lives for so long, now that you're moving away from it, what's next for the two of you? Are you working on your next book? Is there a television show, a reality series? What's coming up, ladies?
We never find ourselves that interesting of people, so I don't know if a reality show would go hand in hand with our lives. But we started a foundation 2 years ago, the Monique and Jocelyne Lamoureux Foundation. And so we're extremely passionate about giving back to underprivileged youth and making a difference and leveling the playing field in that manner. So we're really starting to spend and dedicate more time into our foundation. So we're really excited about that. I'm due mid-March with our second boy, so we're expanding our family. So a lot of different things in the works right now. It's an exciting time for us, but in a couple of years, we're ready to start the next chapter in our lives. But it's unlike with athletes. As athletes, we kind of have everything planned out and mapped out. And this one, we're in the phase of mapping it all out right now.
I love that. Well, congratulations on the new addition to the family. For you guys, what do you hope specifically with hockey, that what changes would you like to see in the future?
I think the next big step for women's hockey is having one viable professional league in North America. the Olympics is an amazing opportunity for people to get their eyes on women's hockey, but that's only once every 4 years. And we need a professional league where people can watch the best players in the world every single year. And if we can do that, we believe that young girls will see women's hockey every day, every season, not just every 4 years. And there will be more girls that want to play.
Well, I want to let everybody know that Dare to Make History is in bookstores and digital right now. Ladies, thank you both and congratulations on everything.
Thank you.